Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to introduce sets to you. Chapter sets, and this is the first chapter in CBSE 11th standard textbook as well as the first chapter in ISE textbook. Now, this is a pretty simple chapter to start with. Set. This is the definition of a set. Any well-defined collection of an object, any well-defined collection of an object is called as a set. The objects of the set are called its members or the elements. Now, this is in regard to the definition. Let us understand this in everyday life. In everyday life, we deal with collections or collection of objects of some kind of the other. For example, collection of vowels in English alphabet, all colors in a rainbow, all states of India, all rivers of India, all the factors of a particular number, all the prime factors of a particular number. So these are some of the example of a well-defined set. Well-defined set. I'm giving you some example right over here. All rivers of India is one such example. Now the word well-defined is very important. The word well-defined is very important here. Well-defined means the element that comes under this should belongs to that statement. That means we should be able to possibly decide beyond doubt whether the object belongs to the given selection or not, given collection or not. So without any doubt, we should be able to decide whether an object is belong to a given collection or not. So that's what well-defined means. All right. Now let's see a few examples where it is not a set. When do we say it's not a set? Say for example, I'll give you an example where all big cities of India, all big cities of India differs from person to person. It's not a well-defined collection. Or let's assume all beautiful girls in a school. All beautiful girls. All beautiful girls in a particular region. Let's take in India. So these are some of the examples which does not give a clear, the answer of this will differ from person to person. So it is not something that is universally accepted. All right. So those are not considered as a set. Now sets can be represented in two forms. Sets can be represented in two forms. Sets can be represented in two forms. One is roster form or tabular form. Here we list all the members of a set within braces, curly brackets, and they are separated by commas. So we put the elements and we separate them by commas. We put them inside curly braces, curly brackets. So this way of representing set is called as roster form of representation or tabular form. Two, sets can be represented in set builder form or otherwise rule method. Here we write a variable, say x, representing any number of the set, which is followed by colon, and thereafter we write the property satisfied by each member of the set and enclosed within the braces. So there's an example given and we should read this like this. X such that X is the letters of the vowels in the letter of vowels in English alphabet. So there is an X and that is being defined as a letter of vowels in English alphabet. So here we give a statement defining that as X, and any element that satisfies the statement comes to this set. So this is set builder form of writing set. All right. Now, kinds of sets. Kinds of sets or different types of sets. Empty sets. A set which does not have any element or does not contain any element is called as the empty set. Empty set is otherwise called as null set or void set. These are the different names given to empty set. It can be asked in any ways in the exam, so you have to know the different names. Empty set, null set, or otherwise void set. Well, what is an empty set? A set which has no element. Fine. How do we represent it? We represent it like this, or you represent it like empty braces. Don't write like this. This is wrong. Never represent an empty set like what I've showed you now. It should be either this way or this way. So I've given you an example in set builder form to understand what is an empty set. So here X such that X is an even prime number greater than equal to 3. Can there be an even prime number greater than or equal to 3? No. Therefore, this set has no element. So we call this as an empty set, void set, or a null set. Singleton set. Singleton set. A set that contains only one element, just an element, not more than one, are called as a singleton set or unit set. Singleton set or otherwise called as a unit set. For example, here I've given two examples in which one is a rooster form set which contains 0 as an element. 2x such that x is equal 3x minus 1 equal to 3x minus 1 equal to 8. But this doesn't give you any x value because you get 3x is equal to 9, x is equal to 3. So this will give you only one value for x. This particular equation will give you only one value for x. So this is a singleton set. Next one, finite set. A set where the elements can be counted, where you can count them, you call them as a finite set. Here again two examples, one in rooster form and one in set builder form. First one is an even number from 2 to 100. We can definitely count them, isn't it? There are 50 numbers. And the next one, x such that x is the capital of India. Definitely we can say and we can count it. So that's also finite set. Infinite set. Infinite set is just opposite of finite, where the elements can't be counted. So here 2, 4, 6 and so on, it goes on. We can't count them. Or x such that x is set of all points on a line segment. On a line segment. So this is also an example for an infinite set. This is the first exercise from NCERT textbook, and let's try to solve few sums in this so you understand them better then, right? Which of the following are sets and justify your answer? The collection of all months of the year beginning with J. Can you say this? Yes, it's a set, because we can definitely say what are the months that starts with letter J. Jan, June, July, isn't it? So anything that can be called as a collection, right? Next one, collection of 10 most talented writers of India. Well, the 10 most talented will differ from person to person. I may take 10 best and you may take something different in that. So this one is not universally called as a collection, universally not accepted. So this is not called as a set. So this is not a set. Team of 11 best cricketmen of the world, the same reason. The best will differ. So this is also not a set. The collection of all the boys in a class. Collection of all the boys in your class. Yes, I can collect and count them. So therefore, this is a set. A collection of all natural numbers less than 100, definitely we can count and form a set. Yes. Collection of novels written by writer Munshi Premchand. Yes, we can definitely say how many novels he has written. But if the question is collection of the best novels written by Munshi Premchand, then it's not a set, because the best will differ from person to person. Collection of all even integers. It is a set. Hope you understood. Now let's move on to the next subdivision. There are two more. I think you all will be able to handle that out. Now moving on to the second question. A is a set which contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Insert appropriate symbol. Now what is the symbol called? This symbol is called belongs to. When they use this symbol, it means belongs to. And this one does not belong to. So tell me, is 5 belong to this set? Yes. 5 is present in this set. So put belongs to sign. Does 8 belongs to this set? No, 8 does not belongs to this set. 0 belongs to set? No, it does not belong. So put this appropriate sign and see whether it belongs or not. Now, the third Roman number, in which I am going to selectively pick 3 questions. Write the following in rooster form. What is the rooster form? The elements must be separated by commas and it should be placed inside the flower bracket. Right? Okay. Now, what is the first one? It says integer between -3 and 7. What are the integer between -3 and 7? -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't it? So integers between -3 and 7, including -3 but not including 7. Right? So this is how we write a set in rooster form. Set of all letters in the word better. Set of all letters in the word better. Okay, so that means how many letters are there? B, E, T, R. Because T and one, there are two T and there are two E. That's repetitive. Repetitive letters we'll write it only once. So B, comma, E, comma, T, comma, R. Understood? Write the following set in set builder form. What is a set builder form? We write the given statement representing it by x and we put colon, isn't it? So we write it as x such that x and then a statement followed by that. So what is the first one here? 3, 6, 9, 12. So what is the answer for this one? X such that x is equals 3n, where n belongs to natural number and n is less than equal to 4. X such that x is equal to 3n, where n belongs to natural numbers. Oh, 1 minute. N belongs to natural numbers and n is less than equal to 4. Okay, now let's take the fourth one. X such that x is equal to 2n, where n belongs to natural numbers, multiples of 2, isn't it? You can even say x such that x are even numbers. All right. So this is how we write the set in set builder form. All right. Now the rest of the two things you will be able to do on your own. Let's move to the next topic. Cardinal number or order of a finite set. Cardinal number or order of a finite set. The number of different elements, the number of different elements in a finite set is called as the cardinal number of the set. Assume A is a set that contains A, E, I, O, U. So the cardinal number of A is denoted as N of A. And how many numbers are there or how many elements are there in A? 5 elements. So N of A equals to 5. You all remember this because we must have done this in probability chapter, isn't it? N of A. So cardinal number of A. All right. Set relations. In that, first one, equivalent sets. Two finite sets. What is finite? Countable number of elements in it, right? Two finite set A and B are called as equivalent if they have same number of elements. Same number of elements. So the number of elements must be the same. The elements need not to be the same. So that we write it as A equivalent to B. We write this as A equivalent to B. And here N of A is equal to N of B. So equivalent means two sets equal only by their cardinal features. The cardinal numbers are equal. The elements can be different. One can have A, B, C, D. Another can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But both have 5 elements. So you call that as equivalent set. Equal sets. Two sets A and B are said to be equal sets if they have exactly the same elements. So literally they are same. Not just their cardinal property, but their elements are also same. Look at the example. A is 1, 2. B is 2, 1, 1, 2. A is ABC, B is BCA. So these two are equal sets. If A and B are finite sets and A equals to B, N of A equal to N of B, then two infinite sets are always equivalent but converse not true. So remark says that if there are two sets which are finite and if A is said to be equal, if A is said to be equal to B, then N of A must be equal to N of B. And if there are two infinite sets which are called as equivalent set, but converse need not to be the true. Okay. Subset. Let A and B be any two sets. Then A is called as a subset of B. Let A and B be two sets. Then A is called as a subset of B if every element of A is also the member of B. Meaning if there is A set which contains 1, 2, 3 and there is a B set which contains 1 and 2, then B is a subset of A because all elements in B is present in A. So A is a subset of B. A is a subset of B. If B is a A is a subset of B, then B is a superset of A. A is a subset of B, then B is the superset of A. If A is not a subset of B, then we write it as like this: A not subset. Proper subset. If A is a subset of B and A not equal to B, A is present in B, but B has some extra elements other than what is there in A. So then you call that as a proper subset. All right. So every set is a subset of itself. So that's one of the important points when they ask us to list out the subsets. Every set is a subset of itself. Empty set is a subset of every set. So these are two important remarks which we have to consider when they ask us to list out all the subset of a given set. The set by itself is a subset and empty set is considered as a subset of a given set. Power set. The set formed by all the subset of a given set is called as the power set. A set which contains the subset of a given set, or a set formed by the subset of a given set, is called as the power set. Alright, so power set is equal to, imagine if there is a set given which contains 1, 2 and 3, all possible subsets of this 1, 2 and 3 forms a set called power set. So all possible subset of 1, 2, 3 is put inside the flower bracket as a set, and they are separated by commas. So this set is called as the power set. To find the cardinal number of a power set, it's 2 to the power of m. M stands for the number of elements of a given set. So here the set contains 3 elements. So cardinal number of this will be 2 power 3, which is 8. Universal set. Universal set is otherwise called as a mother set. A set that contains all the elements under consideration in a given problem, written as this or as this. So this is a parent set. Alright. So these are the different types of sets. Hope you all understood. Let's continue this in the next video. Thank you.